Instant funding accounts let you skip the evaluation completely and get funded right away. It's an attractive model, but it comes with a higher price tag and a handful of rules you need to know before signing up. If you're thinking about buying an instant funding account with Prohibited Trader, watch the whole video. I'm going to break down each account type and which one's worth buying. They have three instant funding models: the traditional Gold, Premium, and Hero. It's personally my favorite of the three. If you decide to open an account, call A2T at checkout. We always give you the best discount available at any time. First, let's explain the consistent zero on Gold and Hero. They have 15% consistent zero on these accounts. Let's say you trade over 5 days and your total profit is $1,000. Your best winning day is on day 5, $600. Divide 600 by 1,000 and that's 60%, while over Prohibited Trader 15% cap. To unlock your payout, your total profits need to reach $4,000. Because 600 is naturally 50% of 4,000, so keep trading over the next few sessions, make another 3,000 in total profit, and once your total hits 4,000, you clear the withdrawal. Now let's look at the accounts. Instant Gold gives you a 3% trailing daily drawdown and a 6% trailing max overall loss. Trailing just means the limit moves up as your balance grows, but it never moves back down if you lose. On top of that, there's a 2% floating loss limit and an 80% split, and it goes up to 100% if you take the add-on. You need 5 winning trading days at 0.5 profit before your first reward, and rewards go out every 14 days. Now for the new ones, Instant Premium tightens the daily loss drawdown to a flat 3%, the max overall loss at 6%, the floating loss limit is 1.5%. And here's the standout part: Premium has no consistent zero at all. Profit split is 80% and the reward cycle is every 10 days, which is the fastest of the three. Instant Hero is the one with a 90% split, but you're paying for that in a few ways. The max overall loss drops to 5% trailing, the floating loss limit tightens to 1%, and you need 6 trading days at 0.5% profit each instead of 5. So it's the hardest model on the paper, but the split makes up for it if you trade clean. So side by side, Gold is the standard middle of the row option. Premium is for people who trade in post and don't want to get boxed in by a consistency rule. And Hero is for people confident enough in the risk management to trade with less room in exchange for keeping 90% of what they make. Now before we move on, let's talk sizing, because the price doesn't scale the same way across the accounts, and that changes which size actually makes sense. We all know that you don't actually get to trade or lose that full 100k account. You can only lose up to your maximum drawdown before that account gets terminated. So the number that really matters is your true backing per dollar. You get that by taking your max drawdown amount and dividing that by the account price. For example, the $100k Gold account with a 6% maximum drawdown, your real loss buffer is $6,000. Divide that by $815, which is the account price, and you're getting about 7.36 of true backing per dollar. That's the actual money you have to play with before you breach. So across all three, if you're buying a 5k, 10k, 50k, or 25k account just to try Prohibited Trader out and see how it feels, that's fine. But don't plan on trading long term on those small account sizes. The value isn't there yet. 50k and up is where you get the best value for your money. Let's talk a little bit about prohibited strategies. According to the rule page, these rules are banned. Multiple account edging and cross-firm edging are all prohibited. So is group or social copy trading, high-frequency trading bots, latency arbitrage, gold arbitrage EAs, all prohibited. Martingales prohibited. Grid trading is prohibited, and trading with more than 80% of your available margin is prohibited too. So it is good for traders. There are 2 things you need to look at before buying an account. Every one of these instant models has that floating loss rule we covered: 1% on Hero, 1.5% on Premium, and 2% on Gold. If the floating loss limit hits that number at any moment, the account is closed permanently. And there also a cap on your first 2 withdrawals. You can only pull out 6% of your starting balance or $10,000, whichever is lower. That's everything I wanted to share about Prohibited Trader's instant funding lineup in this video. Thank you for watching. You can also subscribe to support the channel. and I'll see you in the next video.